Arsenal 3, Newcastle 2. And yeah, I enjoyed watching it. It was just a standard Premier League game where there was a lot of, muscling, out muscling. There were quality finishes as well. And yeah, this is what I expect when I see Arsenal Newcastle. And this was a Newcastle without Isak. That's all I'm going to say. This was a Newcastle without Isak. And every time we play Newcastle without Isak, we tend to win. But when Isak is involved, I don't know. But let's just focus on the game. From the back, Raya, maybe you were a bit rusty. Maybe you could have stopped those goals. I don't know. But I enjoyed what I felt from Kepa. Kepa seemed like someone that's got a point to prove, that wants to try and win his spot back at the top of the goalkeeping food chain. This guy literally was one. Is he not still the most expensive goalkeeping transfer ever? Do you understand? So there's something about him and it's still there. Once great, you will always still have that thing about you that made you great. So Kepa, listen, fight for your spot. Because there's no reason, which is what Arteta said, he envisioned a world where we'll be able to make goalkeeping subs. / he envisions a world where the same goalkeeper doesn't need to play all the games. There's no reason why Kepa can't play Carabao Cup, play Champions League, or any which way. And in terms of the back four, Saliba remains Saliba. Calafiori, I don't understand this injury shit, man. But you saw what happened to Tomiyasu. Calafiori, I don't know. This issue of injuries or no injuries is a very complex one because it's no one's fault. No one wants to get injured. But, what do you do? This is why we let go of Tomiyasu because, bro, it's no one's fault. And this is why I'm saying they're trying to get rid of Gabriel Jesus, bro. You can be great, but if you're just never available, then you're not really part of the team, are you? Louis Skelly, I saw some rustiness there. Ben White was Ben White. This is the thing. All these players like Ben White, Trossard, I've seen it all, bro. I've seen the highs and the lows of your game. I've seen the extent to your game. Trossard with some impressive skillfulness and all that cool stuff. I've seen it before. It is what it is. You, man, have brought us to this point. Appreciate you. But I was more eager to see the new people that are supposed to take us to the next level. Talking about Zubimendi, I see in Zubimendi the idea that Zubimendi is meant to be like a combination of Partey and Jorginho. So we'll see. I enjoyed watching him today. He was a steady Eddie. And bro, Calafiori playing, bro, my centre back was in the opposition 18-yard box, man. This is the kind of player he's meant to be. An unpredictable elements that you don't see coming. So just stay fit, bro. Just stay fit, man. I don't even know what it is that ruins his fitness, that just gets him injured all the time. But bro, just stay fit. And then further up, Nwaneri, I did not see you. Nwaneri, Ethan, I did not see you. Especially when you compare the fact that a fellow youth academy player in Max Dowman came on and immediately we saw him. I saw Lewis. The point is, I'm not even talking about whether Nwaneri did well or didn't do. I just didn't see him on the ball. There were times within the game that I was like, okay, wait, let me specifically look for this guy. And I tried to find him, and he was just nowhere near the ball. And every time, I think I saw him just make 2 passes. Maybe that's my bad for now. But it's on you as a footballer to be as visible as possible. And it wasn't a shocker when he was literally the first person to get subbed. And as soon as Odegaard came on the pitch, I saw Odegaard immediately. He was on the ball. So it almost felt like today was pretty much a timid game from Nwaneri compared to everyone else. Because Saka will always be Saka. Saka still showed us why he is Mr. Arsenal. At the moment, Saka is our best player. And for what it's worth, man like Havertz, undercover shit, bro. He left with 2 assists for what it's worth. He assisted Mourinho's goal and he put the ball in for that man to score the own goal. I think it was Murphy, bro. He just loaded your own keeper. That's so funny, man. What kind of finish is that? What kind of own goal is that? Nah, that own goal was too suspicious. There's no way that was a mistake. Bro, you laced it. Anyway, Merino remains Merino, bro. Merino is a goal threat. As long as Merino is on the pitch, he is a goal threat. Because look at that finish. Look at that finish, bro. Look at Merino's finish. I don't know, man. See, this is something I was gonna. Let me just. Okay. The next players, because I've got something to get off my chest. Yeah, I've got stuff to get off my chest. Let me just go through all the players. Who else came on? Martinelli was Martinelli. I'm sick of you, bro. I've seen everything about you. I just. In fact, let me just even just get into it. Chelsea had Nkunku. No, have Nkunku that they pay like 80 million for. Nkunku, I don't know if Nkunku has ever been a starter. All right, Darwin Núñez was bought for 80 million. He's not a starter at Liverpool. At least ideally. So my point, Richarlison was bought for 60 million. He's never playing. And even when he's fit, he's on the bench. Why do people like to make it look like Arsenal is the only team that you cannot bench a 65 million player? Havertz, hold the bench, bro. Like, there's no reason why Havertz can't hold the bench if Gyökeres is better. There's no reason why Havertz can't hold the bench if Merino is better, bro. Because for what it's worth, Merino is just, he's limited in terms of he's a big guy. You don't expect him to be doing, but bro, when you put him into just one chance, one shot, one goal, bro. I don't even know. You know, we've had this shit where we've convinced ourselves that like Trossard is the best finisher at the club. I think it's Merino, bro. I think it's Merino. Merino is just so techie with it. Merino is just so clean. Merino is just so sexy with his finishes, bro. So, and I enjoyed seeing that. We announced. So my point is, announcing Victor Gyökeres today means everybody, yeah, and hopefully we bring in Eze as well. And from that point of view, nobody is undroppable, bro. This is how, like, I've today was the day I just decided, let me just remove all this emotional, sentiment from my mind. Bro, the goal this season is to win. And I don't care who has to hold bench for that to happen. Havertz, if you're going to hold bench, if Gyökeres is Gyökeresing, hold the fucking bench. Odegaard, if you're going to hold bench, because if we bring in Eze, he takes over your spot as the attacking midfielder. Hold the bench, bro. Even if it's Saka, if Madueke displaces Saka, I don't care. If Madueke should displace Martinelli, that's fine. Like, nobody, like, I'm sick of all these guys that we've seen all over again, but I've seen everything about you, man. You guys haven't been able to do it, but you guys have brought us here. Thank you. But it's just like, bro, this game was able to make me understand the baseline level of my club, bro. There's a baseline level of performance. This is what Mikel has been saying since he joined the fucking standards, bro. The standards, man. So, like, I'm no longer emotionally attached to any player, bro. The only thing I'm emotionally attached to is my club. Because I can't keep having Arsenal fans look silly when in conversations with other teams and all they just have to do is just talk about trophies, and then Arsenal fans just start acting like our confidence just reduces once people start talking about trophies, bro. Like, yeah, football is not just about trophies, but why is it only us that are having to fight this narrative, bro? Like, we're not, like, this was a Spurs banter shit, bro. This was Spurs banter. Like, I'm not even interested in debating whether the Conference League compares to Community Shield. What kind of conversations are these, bro? Let's do the business. Let's get over the line. See, once we get over the line, then we can now see if we truly believe all this shit, comparisons and agendas that we've been fighting against with our points of like, oh no, Community Shield is more important than Conference League. Because if to be honest, for you to qualify to even play a Community Shield, you have to have been an FA Cup winner or a Premier League winner or Premier League runner-up. And anybody that's able to do that is better than all the teams in that. For you to qualify in the Conference League, it means you are not even in the top 6 of your league. All of you in that Conference League are 7th, 8th in your league. So all of you playing together in that competition, it means that competition is not as top, as quality as the Community Shield. Because for it to, anyway, I'm tired of having to make this kind of arguments. I'm tired of having to get irritated when Chelsea call themselves world champions. Because they actually are. That's what it is. I need us to just get over the line. I'm no more emotionally attached to any of all these players. Let the best players play. Waneri, you can go. I don't care about losing any of you anymore. I love you guys, but I'm just at a point where it's just like, there's a baseline level of quality that all Arsenal players have. That baseline level is what's taking us to where we are. Which means, and this is what I loved about last season. Last season showed us that Even in the worst case scenario, that is our worst. Like, the worst Arsenal was last season, and that is second in the league with bare injuries, with bare people off form. That was our worst. So I appreciate you guys setting the floor. That is the floor of the club. Now I'm more focused about the ceiling. All right? Thank you for the floor. Because the floor means if there's injuries, you guys can always just come in and shit is lit. Having a player like Havertz anyway. Arteta knows what he's doing. I'm just gonna trust him and just, But yeah, good game, Max Dowman. I see he's a talent. I see the talent, but it's just like Nwaneri, bro. I don't want to be a what have you done me lately as person, because I didn't watch the last game against Milan, and I imagine Nwaneri was very good in that one. So I'm just gonna imagine this was a one-off, but Nwaneri was pretty invisible in today's game, and that wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look at all. Max Dowman showed up and showed out more than everyone. Merino with a sexy finish and have a cheeky 2 assists. This is what I'm saying. The baseline, baby. The baseline, baby. So, hey, we go again. I'd imagine the next game is against Spurs. I think that's on Tuesday or Wednesday. Hopefully, we get to see Gyökeres and Madueke. I don't know. But yeah, come on, you Gunners. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come on.